Loch Ness Hub is essentially the face of the village here in Drumnadrochit and wider Glenurquhart area.
Tourism for this community is immensely important. You only have to drive around to see the number of businesses that are involved in tourism and support tourism and deal with visitors through the summer, whether it's hotels, bed and breakfasts, restaurants. Loads of the community are invested in tourism. Losing the visitor information centre was going to leave a hole in the centre of the village, and the community really didn't want that to happen. So we undertook a community asset transfer to buy the building from Highland Council. We then sought funding to enable us to establish a sustainable social enterprise. And then finally this year we were able to refurbish the building and launch Loch Ness Hub and open it to the public.
Obviously we're on the shores of Loch Ness, but we are the first thing that people see when they come to the village because we're right in the centre of the car park. Having a completely refurbished building, completely refurbished toilets, we are presenting something that the community is not only proud of, but visitors walk away with a fantastic experience of the area.
For us, we knew from the outset that it wasn't enough just to own the building. We had to have something sustainable that would allow us to operate it, develop the hub into the future, and the aspiration was to deliver community benefit to the wider area as well. Benefits for the community: we have a refurbished building which everybody locally now refers to as the hub. We've also been able to engage with the wider community, and we've established, for example, a craft trail, so the visitors are able to walk around the village and visit some of the workshops and some of the artists and people that work locally whose goods are on sale in the hub. So that's provided some benefit to the community. And we rent the building from the Development Trust. So we're also paying rent back into the community, and the Development Trust are able to use that money to support other local projects.
The community share offer was a fantastic success. We were very much proud as not only the Loch Ness Hub but an entire community. Part of the remit of the share offer was that 75% of the total shareholders, so the number of shareholders, not the shares, had to come within the local community here. So for a small community of approximately 2,500 people and raising 110,000 over the course of 4 weeks was just a fantastic achievement, and credit to the community for getting behind the project. There was a huge marketing campaign that went behind it on social media as well as websites, but everyone within the community, including the local businesses, got behind that and invested.
It was a long journey from the initial public meeting where people said they wanted to have a facility like this to actually realising it and launching it. And to be successful, we had to engage with other stakeholders and other organisations. We found the Development Trust Association Scotland and the Community Ownership Support Service that they provide. That was particularly helpful at the outset when we were trying to buy the building. We also had support from Enterprise Accelerator, which was a support in terms of the development of our business plan, so that was useful. And latterly, we've had support from Highlands and Highlands Enterprise, which has been useful in refurbishing the building. For us, the business that underpins the hub and makes us sustainable is a baggage transfer business. So we move bags up the Great Glen Way for walkers who are doing that long distance trail, moving their bags from one bed and breakfast to a hotel to a bed and breakfast. So it's a good revenue generating business that allows us to employ staff to deliver visitor information and to operate a community transport hub. So we're promoting active travel. You'll see that we've got a fleet of e-bikes, and those are available both for local people and visitors to use.
The e-bikes are a fantastic asset to the Loch Ness Hub. They allow people to reach areas of the glen here that they would never normally reach. Because they are power assisted and we live in a very hilly area, it allows them to climb hills And that applies to people of all abilities. We do hire them out to people from 14 years and up, and we've had 70, 80-year-olds out on the e-bikes and absolutely love them. So a huge part of Loch Ness Hub is also being a transport hub. We've worked very closely with one of our partners here in the community in the shape of Sorivus. Sorivus are a local enterprise company that distribute funds from renewable energy projects within the area. They also help us with items like the air source heat pump and our solar panels that we have here on the building. Again, that hugely helps with our sustainability.
Infrastructure in the Highlands for the many people that are coming in motorhomes is extremely limited, and we've found that the installation of a motorhome facility has been a real benefit to this community. We no longer suffer from people disposing of waste inappropriately around the local area, and it's been well received by people who use motorhomes. They're really pleased to come and find a facility that enables them to empty their waste and do all the things that they need to do.
So when people come into the Loch Ness Hub, the first thing they might be looking for is a ticket for Uchart Castle. We've been working very closely with Historic Environment Scotland this year and become an agent for the castle, for Uchart Castle tickets, because if you imagine 500,000 people going to a very small car park, sometimes the tendency wasn't previously, they would move on, whereas now Castle can send them back here. We can sell them a ticket and then tell them everything else that's going on, and again encouraging that slow and responsible tourism. We're trying to create something a little bit different here because part of the ethos was that we wouldn't compete with some of the local businesses already in place. So we've quite an eclectic mix in our range of goods that are available to the visitors, but we try to make sure that each good that we have here tells a bit of a story.
The longer term plans for the hub involve developing some of the assets that sit around the building. So working with other stakeholders, we'd like to develop some of the services that are available, for example, in the car park. So an enhanced electric vehicle charging capability would be very useful. We'd also be interested in developing a green park and ride to take visitors from the village up to Uchart Castle. There are around 500,000 people visit the castle every year in non-COVID times.
For any communities who are thinking about moving towards a project like this, we would encourage them very much to get in touch with some of the other stakeholders and the help that's out there. DTAS and Community Share Scotland are just two examples of some fantastic resources. There's no need for any community to reinvent the wheel. It's already been done, but just take your time to find out who all can help you. Look at all the resources out there, and if you need any help, for goodness sake, come and ask the likes of Loch Ness Hub.